Many of us work our business in many of different ways. And for some people, when you hear digital marketing, it's a foreign term. I don't know how to turn my computer on, whatever it is, right? For some people, it's face-to-face meetings. You've heard from Lionel Burks. He does lots of his meetings face-to-face, meets all his people right there and in the city, and he goes and he travels around. Lorraine puts a lot of miles on when she goes out and meets people. But, you know, she's also working on the internet now. So people kind of are crossing over, doing things a lot of different ways. The next two ladies do their business 100% online. Stay-at-home moms, James, yeah. Stay-at-home moms. One was a single mother for quite some time in the business and is now remarried. Staying home with our kids, being able to work the business and go to a baseball practice. Work the business and be there when the kids get home from school and find out what's going on with their day in between your work schedule. And I have a little story, I always have a little story. There's a new man in my organization who does a lot of face-to-face marketing. And he works with companies, and he called me and he said, I'd really like you to come out to a client with me so I can see your presentation. And I thought, uh-oh. I'd be glad to do that, but I've never done that before. I do my business from my bedroom. These shoes, I don't wear shoes like this. I'm home, I'm in my pajamas. I sometimes forget to brush my teeth before noon, really. That's how we do things on our team, you know? And so when he said for me to come out to a meeting, I thought, well, I know what I'm doing, but to do it face-to-face is new for me. So you're looking at a group when they come up here that have never done business outside their home. It's completely by phone, completely by the internet, and we're going to talk about digital marketing with them. I'd like to bring them up one at a time. You're going to see a lot of her over the next year. You've been hearing a lot about her on the conference calls. Kristie Wooten is our newest regional vice president at AmeriPlan. Oh yeah. She is one bad girl. She knows her stuff. She has been, in the past, I wanted to say in the past year, but it's actually been since March. She has promoted 6 new national sales directors since March. That's not easy. She's a regional vice president. Is it safe to say you're this close to being in the Founders Club? I mean, so close. She's at 75K. And I said to her, how do you feel when she hits 75K? And she goes, rich. So Kristie Wooten. Is Kristie Wooten's enrollee, Jayme Boyles. Jayme's out of Sun Valley, California. She's got 2 little ones, and you know, we all have little ones, but Jayme's little ones are not easy little ones. So she's got 2, but they're 2 like 10, right? 2 are like 10? And Jayme's at the $25,000 President's Club level. She has just received her Cadillac. And so if you're looking for people who know how to do this business from home, it's them, Jayme Boyles. Thank you. So, digital marketing. We first had to define it when we were deciding what we were going to do here in this panel. What do you mean by digital marketing? Well, we mean what we were saying before. We mean doing your business completely and entirely online. But when I say online, please understand that you're not going to sign up in a business without having a conversation with someone. You're not just gonna, it's not like they put out ads online and people are just, oh, let me sign up, let me sign up. I mean, when I say digital, obviously there's a phone conversation that happens somewhere along the way. So it's the phone and the internet. So I want to start by asking you, and we'll start with you, Kristie. When you started in this business, writing an email was probably the extent of your internet experience, correct?
I could Yahoo stuff or Google stuff and, you know, check out websites and send email, but I had 0 internet marketing experience.
And where did you learn that?
From our Freedom at Home team and Jayme.
And I imagine you made some mistakes in the beginning.
A lot of mistakes.
Trial and error?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so a lot of people in this room are going to want to know exactly where do they advertise and exactly what are they doing. And that's not fair information for me to offer you, and I'll explain why. If she was gonna go and put her ad someplace online, she's worked hard to find that location. She finds that location, she tells this room, and all of us go out and find that location, and guess what? We split those leads up between all of us, right? So the best thing you can do is find your own location. So I want to talk a little bit about how the process, so you kind of know what you're doing when you go out to kind of place ads of your own online. So why don't we start with that, the process, placing an ad.
What I like to do, I like to just go to Google and pretend that I'm somebody that's looking to work from home. And I type in what I would type in if I was looking to work at home. And I find the websites, and then I check out the advertising section, if it's affordable, the different types of ads that they have, and then I check the traffic ranking on Alexa.com to make sure it's a high traffic site. That way it will be worth my time and investment, if there is one.
And how would we call it a high traffic site for people who don't understand that?
A high traffic site meaning that there's a lot of visitors on a daily basis.
What would be the ranking that would make it?
The lower the ranking on Alexa, the better. So for example, Google and Facebook is probably ranked 1 and 2.
Okay, so you're looking for a site that gets a lot of traffic, that gets people that go there. You find a site, what do you do with that information?
Once I find the site, I choose what type of ad I want to place, whether it's a text ad or a graphic ad or a newsletter ad. Solo ads are great. And then, purchase the ad. And then provide them with the information they need, the graphic or the text.
Great. Now, Jayme, you do much the same.
Yes, very similar.
Okay, so let's talk about you place the ad. What types of ads are you placing? We're generally, when we talk about placing ads, we're looking for people to come work on our team. Okay? When you're placing an ad, what might it say so that you're going to draw in the viewer, and where are you sending that person once they look at your ad? What are they clicking on?
I like to keep my ads pretty general. I don't make it hypey. And depending on the site that I advertise on, if it's a job board, I'll say 20-year-old A-plus BBB company seeking serious home workers. I go over full-time, part-time, daily pay, residual pay. And then I actually, if they allow my website, which is a capture page of course, I'll put that in my ad. If they don't allow a website, it's just reply for more information. At that point, you can redirect them to your capture page. Or if you have their email address or their phone number, you can call them. Because a lot of times on job boards or free classifieds, people will send resumes. So those are still really good leads to call. So any phone number you have from somebody that requests more information from you or sends their resume, you'll definitely want to call and email them.
Okay, and I want to use the word capture page so you know what we're talking about. When we're going to capture a lead, if you put an ad, like she said, BBB company, A+ rated, she's speaking into the listening of the prospect. A prospect needs to be comfortable with the company that they're getting into. She might share her own experience. I've been here for 5 years. Whatever it is, you're going to put down that information in your ad, and then you're going to put a link. And that link is what we want to capture that person's information. Somebody can look at your ad and just float right by it. If we don't have their name, if we don't have their email address, if we don't have their phone number, we can't get in contact with them. So the capture page might suggest their name. Anything else you want to tell us about you? Do you have a dental plan? Do you have a medical plan in place? Because then you kind of know who you're dealing with. Anything you want us to know about you, I love that section, because they'll tell us, I have 3 kids, I want to be home, and you know who you're dealing with already. And so she'll get that capture page, and does that not trigger some emails to that person?
Oh, absolutely. And we went over this if you were in our workshop. We went into a lot more detail about what a capture page is, how you can get one, as well as what an autoresponder is. But if you do have a capture page, you'll want to link it to an autoresponder system. And we have a website. I can mention that again to you guys if you were not in our workshop. We put together a lot of these tools. There's some resources there where you can go and build your own capture page as well as your own autoresponder system. And there's a lot of tools and tips and resources there. The site is www.powerrecruiting.homestead.com.
Powerrecruiting.homestead, HOMESTEAD.com. And that way you can kind of see what these trigger words are that we're talking about.
Yeah, what a capture page is and what an autoresponder that's how we work it online, is we generate traffic to our website by doing the ads, of course, and then the autoresponder takes over once they've submitted their information. So.
And keeping in mind that the people who are looking at ads online are of like mind. Generally, they are looking at ads online because they know how and want to work on the internet and at home as well. Did you both find the information about the business online?
Yes.
Absolutely.
On a work-at-home mom site.
On a work-at-home mom site.
On a job site for me.
And a job site. Okay, and that's another great point. Think about for yourself, what do you do outside of AmeriPlan that you love? It might bring you common people, people who do what you love. I play the violin. If I was in a group with people who play, if I was on an online blog with people who do that, many of those people might want what I want, you know, and you already have a common interest. If you've got an exercise group that you work with, you might look for that sort of stuff online, people who key into the same sort of things you do. We're stay-at-home mothers. A lot of stay-at-home mom websites work very well for us because we know we're working with people who already have common interests. Okay, so now you've got your autoresponder system. A lot of this is doing the work for you. The email systems, and you know, we have lots of emails that can work, information that can work, but the best emails to send out in an autoresponder, I want Kristie to kind of share her system.
Our emails are very non-hypey. We keep it very personal and genuine, and I tell a little bit about myself and my journey, and I always have a picture of myself and my kids and my signature line, and it really just sets us apart from some of the other hypey emails that I used to receive when I was looking for work from home that completely turned me off. Yeah, we include our links to our social media so that they can get to know us on a personal level, specifically Facebook, and also I have a blog, so I also put a link on there for my blog so that they can go and get to know me more on a personal level, building trust and rapport with the prospect before you really even know them.
And I want to remind you guys, Kristie sent emails and searched things on Google when she started in this business. It's a matter of being something she wanted bad enough and learned how to do, and put the hours and the time into yourself as well, Jayme.
Absolutely. I did not have much marketing experience whatsoever. So I taught myself, and of course the team training helped a lot, but you really just have to get out there, experiment, do it. You're going to find sites you get nothing from. You're going to find sites that are your gold mine, you know, that you can keep going to, but that also changes over time. So you have to be really open to learning. You have to be a student really of the internet and marketing, and you know, just put yourself out there. You know, you'll figure it out if you just keep doing it.
Yeah, and if it's important and that's how you want to run your business, you'll learn that as well. So the emails that Kristie and Jayme put out are very personal. They tell their story. I recognize how scary that is for a lot of people to put yourself out there. But if you're not putting yourself out there, you're really doing your prospect a disservice because they don't know who you are, they don't know your heart about what you love and your passion for what you're doing in your business. And if you're not sharing that with your prospects, it's like you're not telling them the whole story about what you have your hands on. If Kristie doesn't share herself with those people, they're not going to call her back. So by saying, you know what, I have 2 kids, I went to my son's baseball game last night, and she posts that on her Facebook. Look how proud I am of Brittany's softball team. You know, we went camping with the Girl Scouts this weekend, and her people that are looking at her information are starting to get to know somebody who is a real person, but who really works this business. Now, I know that's scary because if you get rejected, then they're rejecting you instead of the opportunity. But that's not the reality, that's just how we feel. And so if you're not giving them who you are in your emails and putting it out there, you're sincerely doing a disservice. I met Jayme all online. We hadn't met each other in person at all, correct?
Colorado.
Yeah, Colorado Springs, top producers trip. We didn't meet until then in person, but I felt like I knew her completely. And so I want to switch gears. That's the advertising part of digital media. But a lot of times we talk about doing this business and needing to touch and feel and hug the people. And we do that when we get to events. But our team, sometimes we don't meet people for years being in this business with each other in person, although we know each other quite well. And so talk to me about that. Once somebody decides, okay, I want to do this, let me take a step back a minute. So you put your ad out, they go to the autoresponders, you get them on the phone, they decide they want to do this or not do this. We're not going to get into specifics on that, but they decide they want to do this or not do this. Let's start with how you welcome them to the team, and we'll start with Jayme this time and move it over.
Well, once we submit their application, I immediately send them to the training site so that they can get started. Because a lot of times once you have their application, they're like, okay, what now? So you really want to get them into work mode right away. And if you don't have a training website, I would recommend just typing out some steps for new team members. They can get started learning their back office, learning some videos they can watch. Also, your contact information, you need to be available. That's very important. I let them know that you can call me, email me, instant message me, Facebook me. I will get back to you within 24 hours, and they really appreciate that. You know, the online connection with a team member, I feel it's really efficient, and they can get a hold of me, you know, instead of just over the phone or in person. Of course, we don't really do that, but
right. So, and we, just as the same as people who do the business face-to-face, often don't know who our superstars are going to be until they become those people. You work with everybody the same. Some people will jump in and do this, and some people won't. You know, and you will find it just like you find it face-to-face with people. So she's got her organization linked with her online. They are able to look at her Facebook page. They're able to see her family. They're able to get their training online. You're right, if your team doesn't have a training website, neither did I, and neither did ours when we started. Jayme and I tell jokes about, you know, the grandma who says, I walked uphill barefoot in the snow both ways to get to school, you know. When we started, we didn't have it either. We created it, you know, and you put it together, and it could be just an email in the beginning. Just write something. Here's what I wanted to give you in the way of information, and start gathering all of that. And that's where you start if you're going to do a digital connection with your team. Instant messengers, very powerful. Kristie, if you're on the phone with a prospect and a team member writes, help, you know, you're able to do both at once, yeah?
And I wanted to add what Jayme was talking about. First thing that we do is we love to get our team connected to the rest of the team. We have a Facebook page for our team where they can go and like it and keep up with each other. We have a team site that we created. We get them connected on Instant Messenger. We share IMs so that we can be there if somebody has a question. We get them connected on so many levels. Facebook, the team calls. We have a team call schedule. We have our forum, our team forum. We have so many different ways. So we're not physically connected, but we're virtually connected, and we're all very, very tight. We're a tight group.
So I find that to be an interesting way to connect, and in this day and age, it's a little bit different. You know, we're used to a handshake in sales, but this is a little bit of a different connection that people make. It works. For those of you who wanted to venture into that, I will say that Kristie and Jayme had to learn. Jayme mentioned something before, or alluded to before, that some of the ads you post might fall on their face and might wind up producing no leads. It happens, and it might happen to you 10 times before you find the right one, but being stay-at-home parents, it was the way to do this business. It was just all we could see as we were building it. So you get on the phone, you've got prospects. A lot of the work is done through the digital marketing. So they've got the email system, they've got the digital ad, they've got the website, they've got the training for the team members. Everything is online. There's something called a sizzle call. You have talked about this in the workshops as well, but there's a sizzle call that also does another level of the work for you before you actually get out and have a conversation with this prospect. Now, a sizzle call, roughly 3 to 5 minutes.
We go over more details on ours. Mine's 12 minutes.
Okay.
We go through the full presentation. That way, when they review the overview call and they give us a call back, they have all the details. At that point, we just answer questions and ask them to join the team and take an application.
That's fantastic. And do you make your sizzle call available to your whole organization?
Yes, I make it available to anyone who wants to use it. That's why I created it.
Okay, great. And for yourself, Jayme?
Yeah, it's a full presentation. I think mine's 15 minutes. Yeah, but it's available for everyone to use.
So people can listen to a full presentation on their own time, 3 o'clock in the morning if they want to. You know, whenever it's convenient for them, listen to a full presentation. Lorraine does that on the Marathon Wednesdays, where people are getting a full presentation by somebody other than the enroller, and they can make decisions after that. So if somebody wanted to create their own sizzle line, obviously you want to put a script together for that so you're ready. Where might they do that? Where might they post that?
You can go to voicebox.com. And you can do a pre-recorded message there. There is a fee, it's like $5 or $6 a month. I would definitely write out a script, and you'll have to do it a few times, but it's very effective. We love the sizzle calls, and I open it up for my team, anyone, even you guys. If you want my number, it's 760-569-1296, even if you want to get some ideas of how to do your own, how to go over the information. And Kristie's is 760-569-1331.
Great, thank you. And so that'll give you some ideas on what to do for your own, and you can also use those. They're generic. They're generic, so you can use them and not be afraid that your prospects are gonna, call them. Okay, so that's how that works. As far as digital marketing is concerned in the wave of the future, are you guys working on anything new for your organizations?
I have some video marketing on my to-do list.
There's always a to-do list in internet marketing.
So now, video marketing, have you ever done it before?
No.
So it's new.
I'm a student. You kind of have to look at the wave of where things are going, and if you don't, then you're really, cutting yourself and your team short. Whether you choose to do it or not, that's totally up to the individual. But I believe the resources should definitely be there for the ones that want to pursue that. So blogging and video marketing. I believe, especially online, if somebody can watch a video, there's a lot of research done on that. They feel like they've met you, even if it's just 30 seconds. So that's my next goal. And Michelle's that person, and we're going to have that planned out.
That's fantastic. How about you, Kristie?
I haven't reached the video marketing courage yet.
That doesn't surprise me one little bit.
Baby steps.
Yeah, baby steps. Well, that's okay, because you're obviously doing something right with your organization. Guys, I'm really excited. Digital marketing is something that our team has a lot of passion for, but something you can certainly go out and take care of in your own organization as well. Listening to their sizzle calls, getting some ideas on what to say on your own, valuable information, and a nice way to build your team and be able to wear your slippers. I'd like you guys to give a big round of applause to Kristie and Jayme.